Welcome to Truth by Billie Beene, to another flash update, July 9, 2025. Time in Texas about 5 p.m. Some of the things we'll cover: Texas, Mount Ranier, Epstein, a Russian sub off the east coast of the U.S., Chinese hit a German plane with lasers, plus. So let's get started. So now we're getting information that in Texas we have a death toll now. So death from the catastrophic flash flooding that began on July 4. We have a death toll of 109. And we have missing 171. So it's believed the death toll will dramatically go up within the next few days. And we have predicted this afternoon through tonight severe thunderstorms with wind up to 60 miles per hour for Dallas, Tarrant, and Ellis counties. And it's being put forth that the U.S. is being hit hard all across the U.S. with HARP and other weather warfare and weapons and cloud seeding. So that's going on. We're under attack. We have now in Mount Ranier, in the past 24 hours, we've had 247 earthquakes, most shallow, about 1 to 2 miles. Swarm of earthquakes continue near Japan. Also a swarm in Guatemala with a 5.0 yesterday. So that's going on. Epstein. So I've done many videos over the past 5 years of Epstein Island. Apparently, certain political groups believe that the American people are very, very stupid. So we have Cuba, we have the Virgin Islands, and this is where the Epstein Island was located. Now, Ghislaine Maxwell, a partner with Jeffrey Epstein, was just convicted about 2 years ago of child sex trafficking plus that she perpetrated on the Epstein Island and other locations with Jeffrey Epstein. It is now common knowledge across the world that Ghislaine Maxwell was the daughter of Robert Maxwell, a Mossad agent, who suicided himself in 1991 by falling off of his boat near the Canary Islands. It's also well known that Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein were both double agents, possibly triple agents, for the CIA, MI6, and Mossad. And Ghislaine Maxwell could operate a submarine and helicopter. And I put forth in earlier videos, she would use the submarine and the helicopter to transport children. One location that they were taken to was, we say Jeffrey Epstein's island and Jeffrey Epstein's home in New York and New Mexico, but actually they were owned by the CIA. So Ghislaine Maxwell would operate a submarine going underneath. They're under ocean, underland tunnels across the U.S. underneath America. She would go through the tunnels to The CIA operated ranch, allegedly owned by Jeffrey Epstein, tied in then to the Los Alamos lab. That's a nuclear lab, also the U.S. government, and also to the Denver airport. And she would also operate the helicopter. This was for the purposes of transporting children from various locations. She aided and abetted in the trafficking of children for sex, plus other things. It's believed underneath the CIA, Mossad, MI6 operated island, commonly called Epstein's Island, that yes, the children were used for sex purposes, but they were also involved in certain rituals. Now for President Trump and his multi-leveled government to come out and say there's no client list for Epstein Island, and that would be President Trump's Director of the FBI, Kash Patel, and Assistant Director Don Bongino, President Trump's Attorney General Pam Bondi. Nothing to see here. And now it's coming out that Pam Bondi's first husband was also on the client list for Epstein Island. I speculate that much more is to come out of what is going on with Epstein Island. And now we have this. Yeah. And we have Hal Turner bringing this out. President Trump has brought forth some good tariffs to benefit America. So a tariff of 25% will be levied against products coming from these nations: Brunei, Moldova, Japan, South Korea, Bangladesh, Tunisia, Kazakhstan. 30% tariff on Algeria, Iraq, Libya, Bosnia, Herzegovina, South Africa. 32% Indonesia, 35% on another nation, and 35% on several nations, and 40% on Myanmar and Laos. So President Trump is batting the ball out of the park on benefiting America with tariffs. Now we have this coming out from New York Prepper, that there is a Russian sub off of Cape Cod along the East Coast, and a P-8 plane is up looking for it, plus other U.S. assets. And we have this. So I have information coming out from both New York Prepper and What's Up with Shipping regarding some things that are going on in the Red Sea. So we have Israel, we have the Red Sea, Saudi Arabia, the Houthis, so Saudi Arabia and Yemen. This is where the Houthis are located. So we had in this area a Chinese warship that used a laser. It fired from its warship in the Red Sea. This happened in the last 24 hours, and they hit a German plane. We understand in Germany, the Chinese ambassador has been summoned, I would bet. And we have this going on in the Red Sea also. Now, what was going on in the Red Sea, there was a European exercise that involved 700 German military, and they had planes in the sky, ships in the water. There was also a Chinese warship that used a laser to hit a German plane. So that's going on. And we have, in the past 2 days, the Houthis have launched extreme massive attacks on 2 ships and have sank both. And both of them are Liberian flagged ships. They had crews on them of Greeks and Russians, and they were taking supplies to Gaza. The Houthis sank both of these ships. Yesterday it was the Magic Seas, and the crew was able to get off okay. Today, after a 16-hour assault battle with many missiles fired by the Houthis, they have sank another ship, the MV Eternity Sea, and there is loss of life on that ship. So this concludes my flash, and I can guarantee you there is much more to come on this Epstein story. I love you, and I'll see you soon.